Crazy ride show. Hold up, you know that we bustin', yeah. It's a crazy ride show. Hold up, you know that we bustin', yeah. Yeah, you know that we bustin', yeah. We the topic discussion, yeah. It's a crazy ride show. Hold up, you know that we bustin'. It's a crazy ride show. Man, you know that we bustin', yeah. It's a crazy ride show. Hold up, you know that we bustin', yeah. It's a crazy ride show. Hold up, you know that we bustin', yeah. Yeah, you know that we bustin', yeah. We the topic discussion, yeah. It's a crazy ride show. Man, you know that we bustin', yeah. It's a crazy ride show. Hold up, you know that we bustin', yeah. It's a crazy ride show. Hold up, you know that we bustin', yeah. Yeah, you know that we bustin', yeah. We the topic discussion, yeah. It's a crazy ride show. Man, you know that we bustin', yeah. It's a crazy ride show. Hold up, you know that we bustin', yeah. It's a crazy ride show. Hold up, you know that we bustin', yeah. Yeah, you know that we bustin', yeah. We the topic discussion, yeah. It's a crazy ride show. Hold up, you know that we bustin'. It's a crazy ride show. Man, you know that we bustin', yeah. It's a crazy ride show. Hold up, you know that we bustin', yeah. It's a crazy ride show. Hold up, you know that we bustin', yeah. Yeah, you know that we bustin', yeah. We the topic discussion, yeah. It's a crazy ride show. Man, you know that we bustin', yeah. It's a crazy ride show. Hold up, you know that we bustin', yeah. It's a crazy ride show. Hold up, you know that we bustin', yeah. Yeah, you know that we bustin', yeah. We the topic discussion, yeah. It's a crazy ride show. Man, you know that we bustin', yeah. It's a crazy ride show. Hold up, you know that we bustin', yeah. It's a crazy ride show. Hold up, you know that we bustin', yeah. Yeah, you know that we bustin', yeah. We the topic discussion, yeah. It's a crazy ride show. Hold up, you know that we bustin'.
I turn it down. Yo, what's good? We are back again, ladies and gentlemen. Lake County Unfiltered. Last week, we had Ben Crump on. Of course, I had to follow that with somebody as big as Ben Crump, ladies and gentlemen. It's the BoyLosCrazy. We here with the one and only Mr. Alderman Kenneth Smith. Ladies and gentlemen, let's clap it up for him. Yeah. Y'all clap it up. Yeah, he's in the building right now. He's holding it down for us. If you live with us, make sure you hit the share button. If you live in the building, shout out to Closet Space, the #1 place to get the gear in the land. It's 2700 Sheridan Rd, Zion, Illinois. Make sure y'all hit up Closet Space immediately. They're going to get you right, ladies and gentlemen. Shout out to the Closet Space. They always holding it down. But I'm here with the one and only, he got so many titles, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Kenneth Smith, ladies and Pastor, Bishop, ladies and gentlemen. Kenneth Smith is in the building. I appreciate you joining me, man.
Thank you for inviting me. I appreciate it.
Absolutely, man. You know, we Warhawks here. We connected. We connected by 1717th Street.
When we get cut, we bleed red.
That's it.
And white.
That's it. That's it. You've had a interesting journey. I've been able to watch it as a kid, and now as an adult, you still are on the path towards affecting lives. I always tell the story, and I got to tell it on live.
Go ahead and tell it. Go on and tell it.
He changed my life in one night. This wasn't Halloween. I don't think it was Halloween. Nope. I used to be in Bible study. I guess it was Bible study, children's church or something like that. And Pastor Kenny created hell for us in the basement, and we had to go through hell. And he was like, if you do something, that's what it's going to be 100 times worse. So ever since then, I ain't smoked weed, drunk liquor. I ain't did nothing because of that moment. So thank you. That was impactful. But now you're on a same path with different title. Right now you're an alderman in North Chicago. You got that. And now you want to be the mayor of North Chicago. Talk to me about what made you want to take on that task of being the mayor.
Well, first of all, thank you for inviting me on this show.
For sure.
And again, I've watched you progress as well. And this is definitely a next level for you. I applaud you for that. And as I say, in everything next level, everything next level. So being in the church, I was serving the people in the church, 50 years serving people in the church, young people. And as you say, changing people's lives one person at a time. So when I decided to become an alderman, it's the same thing, serving the people at a different level. And then when I decided to run for mayor, it's serving people even at a different level.
Yeah.
So I'm excited about it because I see how that I have affected the lives of people. And not only just young people, but our adults. Because our young people, where my passion is, because young people are the adults of tomorrow.
Yeah.
And how do you change people's one person at a time? If you can encourage them, for example, like you and I both are photographers, so we both know about.
Well, I don't know. I'm not a photographer.
You know how to take pictures.
There you go.
All right.
There you go. I know how to use a camera. Yeah,
All
yeah,
right.
there you go.
And an image, is important. Now you can have some pictures that are out of focus, but then you have some pictures you want it to be sharp, and it's important to have that vision, knowing what you want to do, have a vision. And there's in the Bible. I used to say. Well, this book that I read, but I'm just gonna keep it unfiltered because that's what we're talking about today.
Yes,
in the Bible, it says, where there is no vision, the people perish. So part of me running for mayor is to give the people a vision. We used to, back in the day, you come into North Chicago, it said North Chicago, a city of vision. I don't know what happened. They took it away.
Yeah.
But I definitely want to bring it back and give the vision to the people. And the one thing about me, I have the pulse of the people. See, you put your hand right here,
Yeah.
it's your pulse. And see, I have the pulse of the people of North Chicago because I'm involved with the people. I'm engaging with the people. And I talk to the people to find out what the people want. So therefore, I have the pulse of the people. And that's why I'm excited about running for mayor of the city of North Chicago, because I have the pulse of the people.
What's so different? The mayor that's in the office now, he's been there for a while. What would be so different? Because a lot of people say, well, he's been there so long, let him keep doing it. What would be so different about you being the mayor of North Chicago? What would you immediately change? And what would be so different if you were the mayor?
All right. First thing.
2 questions.
All right. When you drive through the downtown of our neighboring city, Lake Bluff, and then our next neighboring city, Highland Park, and then the next one, Lake Forest, you go through their downtown, it's beautiful. Do you know where our downtown is?
I would say Sheridan Road.
Exactly,
Yeah,
Sheridan Road.
Yeah.
You drive through all of these beautiful cities, you get to North Chicago, and it's in disarray.
Yeah.
I was rushing to get here, and I left my pictures in the car, but I have pictures where it shows leaves are still on the curb from the fall. And then we have a street cleaner. So that's the first thing. It's an easy fix. Why won't we just clean up our downtown? We got bars on the businesses and stuff like that because we don't care about our city. They're saying, oh, well, in the future, these next 4 years, we're going to clean up our downtown. Why hasn't it been done now? Why hasn't it been done before now? Why haven't we cleaned up? Because, see, if it's not important to you, then it won't do it. So I'm the type of person that even when cleaning up our city, as an alderman, I had 2 citywide cleanups because it's important that our city is beautiful. All you had to do was bring your stuff to the curb and we would take it away. Because it's changing the mindset of the people where you live. And if you look, and so then after you didn't clean up, we come knock on your door, Mr. Smith, I'm sorry, we're going to have to give, I'm with the code enforcement, and we're going to have to give you a ticket. Why? Well, look at your yard. You got all these tires and in your yard. Well, I don't have any money. Well, Mr. Smith, all you had to do was bring it to the curb 2 weeks ago, and we would have taken it away.
Right.
So we have to eliminate people's excuses, but we also provide them with solutions. And the solution was just bring it to the curb. People loved it. But then in my 3rd year when I wanted to do it, it was shot down. We won't talk about the whys, but the point is you have to help the people and give the people solutions. So now, as the mayor, that would be one of the first things in my first 100 days, cleaning up our city, cleaning up that Sheridan Road, cleaning up how our city looks, because image is everything. Going back to the image, taking a photograph. You know, I take pictures, and it's important that I take a good picture. I want to get the smile because I capture that picture and I capture that moment and I share it with you. People will come to North Chicago if our image is looking better. People will bring businesses to North Chicago. When Gurnee, Illinois, what is Gurnee known for, generally?
Six Flags?
Six Flags.
Yeah.
It's a destination place. I want to help make North Chicago a destination place. We were awarded number 2 in the state of Illinois for the second best place to start a business.
Really?
Yes.
I remember that.
Number 2.
People thought we was capping, but it was real.
It was real. But in that, we want to make it attractive so people want to come here. Not just because somebody voted us that, but so that people can see it's a beautiful place. Great Lakes Naval Base. Graduate. People come from all over the United States. They bring their money to Illinois. But then what they do, they leave North Chicago and go spend it elsewhere because we have nothing
Right.
here in North Chicago.
How do you, because that's a big picture idea when you think about in the past, and we know many stories of past administrations who kind of fumbled that relationship between us and the Navy base. Now you kind of see a restoration of it, kind of. But what would you, and I don't want you to give away your plan directly, maybe one of your opponents, but how do you get that robust relationship with the Navy base back so that you create a great partnership so that they do come and
Have
do
you
so?
ever seen this show that's on Facebook? It's called the Kenneth Smith Fishing Show.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes,
All
sir.
right. The key to catching fish is having the right bait.
He preaching now, y'all. He preaching.
And
now.
it's the same thing. Having a relation, you have to have something that the people want, something that the Navy base wants, something that will attract them to, hey, I want what you have. And yes, I have some ideas of knowing what they want. And how you do that is about relationships. You know, women wish, sometimes with women, they have these things in their mind. We just say, babe, I can't read your mind. Just tell me what you want.
Right.
Same thing. Have communication with the Navy base. Find out what they want. Hey, this is what we want. There was talked about doing a Navy museum once upon a time.
I remember that.
Okay?
Yeah.
So again, there were some things that happened with that and it didn't happen, but it's not totally off the table.
Okay.
So again, finding out what they want. And here again, bringing that money and keeping it in North Chicago. Having something there on Sheridan Crossing for them to spend their money here in North Chicago. Yeah. Of course, I don't want to talk about all the things, but I'll throw a few things out there.
Yeah, little nuggets.
We don't have a hotel. Put a nice hotel there.
Yeah.
They come in from all over the United States. To graduation, okay, it'll fill up.
How do we fix the land there? Because we do know it's an issue with the land. How do we do that?
That's a slam dunk. We just got $5 million to clean that ground up.
Oh, nice.
Yes. So we should start in the spring, cleaning that all up. Then after that, we're going to open it up for bidding.
Oh, that's big.
I can see it right now, the crazy place right there.
Come on now. Come on now.
Yes.
Never
Next
again.
level.
Never again.
Next level.
A city that I care about so much, the Sheridan Crossing is a huge, huge thing that everybody always goes to. Why they take all the businesses out? Violence isn't so much it is an issue, but it's not as bad as it used to be, as some would say. How do you approach building? Well, I'll ask you this question. This is good. People believe that the mayor runs Foss Park, and then people at Foss Park can do something at the school district. Talk to me about the separate municipalities and how they work first before I ask the second question.
All right, so that's part of my strategy. The city, Foss Park, and the school. It's a triangle. They all have their boards. They have their all separate. We're getting ready to elect a new school board.
Yeah.
All right, in April. All right. Foss Park has a board, and we have city council. So my plan would be for all three of them to come together. The Foss Park will handle what they do. The school will handle what they do. And so I have challenges with not both of them, but mainly the school. Our middle school grades are good. It's our high school grades, our GP, we're low. We need to focus on getting our academics up for our high school graduates, so when they graduate, they can compete with other high schools and when they get ready for college. But again, that goes back to all of us working together.
Yeah.
Foss Park, okay? Having a good relationship with them. Focusing on programming for the kids. Back in the day, on Thursday night, what do we do on Thursday night? Open gym.
Yeah, he's hooping.
Open gym.
He was hooping.
Yeah, and having those things there for our kids today, something for them to do. We have to provide that for them. Foss Park, we have a gym, but again, we have this brand new school, Neal Math and Science. That's where we used to go back in the day, to Neal.
Yeah.
And then again, going back to the crime, we knew who the policemen were, because most of them, they were from North Chicago. But again, having that relationship, because now, hey, Junebug, all right, I'm sorry, officer.
Because the interesting thing about, a young lady reached out to me from Waukegan, and she said, Carlos, how do North Chicago people, how do y'all come to stay together so tight? And alumni and this, y'all doing this, and y'all ride for each other. She said, well, Waukegan don't really do that a lot. Zion don't do that a lot. How do you guys? I said, well, we're just a small group. You know what I mean? I graduated with about 400, 500 people, maybe. I don't even think it's that many. But I think, to your point, we live in a small city, so that we should know the police. We should know these people that's in the municipality. How do we bring that back? As if you were the mayor, how do you bring back that sense of community with the police, with Foss Park, with the school district? How do you do that?
Good question. I've already been doing that as an alderman. I've taken kids fishing. And when we've taken the kids fishing, people from the fire department, people from the police department went fishing with us. They're out there baiting the hooks. They're out there helping the kids taking the fish off the hook. That's building relationship. And that's what it's about, relationship. When you have those relationships, they'll respect you more. And when respect is given, it's received. And that's what it's all about.
Let me read some of your comments,
All
man.
right.
You got a lot of comments already. Shout out to Juanita Washington. Shout out to Jessica Trevino. Sean Wilson, what's up? Edgar Rodriguez is in the building. Carlin Stone, just 5, so we get a job. I don't know what that means. Maybe I can't read. Jeffrey Hill is watching. Tracy Johnson says, how would you boost community involvement weekend events? He asked. Weekend events, community involvement. I don't know. You could.
All right. So we already know about community days. All right.
How you feel about community day?
Oh, I like it.
Okay.
But there is a but. We didn't have nothing for our kids this year.
It's tough. It's tough.
I mean, you got the big teenagers in the bouncy house.
Yeah.
I mean, and no shade.
Yeah.
Okay, but there needs to be more.
Sure.
For example, our I forgot the young man's name. He has a truck with the video game.
Oh, yes.
We need some more trucks like that because that's where our young people, you have to change with the times.
Sure.
Okay,
Sure.
having things, more things there for our concert. She was great. The concert was great, but there's nothing there for the young people.
Yeah, and there was more kids there than adults.
Yes.
Yeah,
So we need to have something more for our young people, a concert for them. Maybe on that Friday night, have a concert for the kids. And true enough, I'm glad we put this in place, the thing about the 6 o'clock and the wristband, because this generation is different.
Yeah, the facts only. Facts.
But the concept, they're still looking for something to do. And that's where we have to come in. And having other events, having a concert, having a coffee shop where kids can come on do poetry, coffee shop where they can sit down and have some food, providing the food, a nice environment, just giving a shout out to Royal Reflections. I know the guy there, he has a nice banquet hall.
It's a great room. It's a great room. You got 2 rooms, actually. It's nice. It's nice.
Where they can come and have a safe place to have some a nice environment to do different things.
Nice. Let me shout some more people out. Sean is in the building while Gina Briscoe says, where would the funds come from to make NC a destination place?
Okay.
Where would the funds come from?
So there are a lot of people, even as an alderman, people who have given money to help me to do the things that I do. True enough, because I believe in what I do, I put in my own money. But when you're trying to do something positive in your community, there's businesses that would give the money. There's a lot of money that people give toward when you're a mayor, because they want to see what you're doing and they want to be involved. And then there's when there's contract, people they want to build in North Chicago, so therefore they're willing to put up the money because they want to see us grow.
Talk to me. This is a concept that is new to me, but you're an alderman, so you understand it. Talk to me about a bidding process, contract bidding in the city. How does that go?
Basically, we open it up for 3 bids. You want to, your business, this business, and that business. We want to do blacktopping. So you put in your bid. We go with the best bid. We look at the price. We look at their record, and then we vote on it. The city.
Is it primarily based on the lowest price? Always?
No, no.
Okay.
That's a part of it. But let's say you're the lowest, but your reviews are bad.
Right.
No, so it's the price is a key, a factor, but it's not the only factor.
Gotcha. Jessica says we definitely need a mom and pop coffee shop in No-Go. Dante Brooks is watching. Shout out to Dante Brooks. He is checked in. Anthony Coleman says, when can I vote and how you got to come on, Kenneth? Anthony. Vote for you, Kenneth Smith. You got to reword that for me, baby. You know I love you. Economic development opportunities, Tracy Johnson asked. He's asking.
All right, it's the one with Alderman Coleman. Early voting is on February the 10th at City Hall in North Chicago from the 10th until the 24th, and then the election day is the 25th.
Nice.
So early voting starts on the this coming Monday.
Nice.
At City Hall. Economic development. That's what I'm excited about, because there's that on Sheridan Crossing. That's the hot spot. Once we get it cleaned up, so y'all start start putting y'all money to the side. It's gonna be first come, first serve. That's gonna be the place to be. North Chicago is gonna be the talk of Lake County.
Definitely. It's a lot of things happening in North Chicago that people don't know. A lot of homeowners, the homeowner rate is definitely up in North Chicago.
Let me jump in right there.
Go ahead.
Part of making North Chicago a destination place, North Chicago has a lot of low-income housing, apartments, but part of growing North Chicago is having 3- and 4-bedroom homes. Now, we have a couple of programs that are in North Chicago where people have homes, but these programs they're building 3- and 4-bedroom, because now when Junebug, they have a 3-bedroom. Now they're going to have another baby, so now they need another bedroom. They leave North Chicago and go elsewhere because there's no 3- and 4-bedroom homes. So now what we're doing to grow the city, we're building 3- and 4-bedroom homes. Shout out to J&J Homes. Shout out to Renew program. These are just a few who are building homes in the city of North Chicago, 3- and 4-bedroom homes.
Yeah.
So that's going to keep the money here. Yeah. That's going to bring more people to North Chicago, because we have 3- and 4-bedrooms here. Not
to pin you against anyone personally, we know politics and can get muddy, but what is happening in the city administration now that you just don't agree with, that you would be like, no, that's not good, I want to do this, I don't like how that's going? What would you change that's in motion right now?
Well, change. Basically what I would say, I wouldn't say so much change, but what I like about our city council is this, because the acronyms for team, together each accomplishes much. It's not I in team. It's not about what I can do as the mayor. It's about what we can do as a team. And, I have a pretty good relationship with all of the aldermen, and here's the thing. It's about relationship. We don't have to, you've been in a relationship before, right?
Yeah.
Did y'all agree on everything?
No.
Exactly. It's the same thing with city council. We don't have to agree on everything, but we need to come together as we come together for the common goal of the city, and that's what makes the difference. It's like I'm the captain, I'll be the captain, and the rest is a part of the team. We're going to call a play and work the play. Yeah. And that's how, we grow together, and that's how we grow the city together.
Yeah. What is the relationship like now with Abiv in the city of North Chicago? And where do you, because they obviously help with the school district, build the school, but what, if you could dream big, what other partnerships could you envision that could happen with that big business in North Chicago?
Well, what's what I would like to see, again, going back to Sheridan Crossing. When we come into North, let me ask you a question, then I'll answer it if you don't know. Do you know our busiest street in North Chicago?
It would have to be MLK or 22nd.
Ah, good guess.
Okay.
14th Buckley Road.
Oh, okay, right.
Buckley Road.
That makes sense, yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
So we got Buckley Road. What do we have on Buckley Road? Basically nothing.
Nothing.
The VA, which is limited, okay? So I don't want to get into what other my vision of it.
Yeah.
We're not capturing that traffic. They come down Buckley Road, hit Sheridan Road, go to Abbott, okay? Or then Martin Luther King, hit Sheridan Road, go to Abbott. So again, going back to Sheridan Crossing, putting something there. I ain't gonna tell all of my ideas, but putting something there to stop that traffic. Spending the money in North Chicago, because if not, they'll come here, go to work, and leave because there's nothing they don't want. Or making it a safe place, making that nice and beautiful so they feel safe, and it's a psychological piece.
Sure.
I don't want to stop in North Chicago because of the stigma. Oh, it's a bad place to crime. But we can change that, and how do we change it? One thing at a time. First of all, number two, for growing a business, and as of just this past week on City Council, a business just started. Shout out to A-List Limousine.
Nice. Who's
going to have a business right across on Sheridan Road. And we're growing. So how do we do it? one business at a time, one idea at a time.
Absolutely. We see. Everybody checking in. Public safety. Will you have community watch clubs?
There's already we have community watch clubs already in place. We have cameras that we have up. We have plate readers. All of this is about making the place safe for North Chicago. You know, so Junebug, he robs a bank in Waukegan. He runs to North Chicago. We have plate reader. We can pick that up and track him. Help Waukegan track him. You know, all this is important about of us working together. Yeah, teamwork makes the dream work.
I can't think of what they called the new development where the Marion Jones Projects was. What's the name of it? Where the MJPs used to be.
Yes,
now.
yes.
So that place.
Brookstone,
there you go. This space has, in the past couple of years, become a headache, a hot spot for crime, gun violence. How would you, because a lot of those people, they say they're not from North Chicago, they were outplaced there from other cities. How do you tackle that as a mayor to make that place safer?
All right. Again, I do have a plan for that, but part of it goes back to the initial planning. But that's water under the bridge. There should have been a gated community, so you could track. You can monitor who's coming in and out, like at Prairie View.
Yeah.
That was a mess at one time. They put in the guards. Boom, you show your ID. Where you going? 46 OB. You know, 46B.
Yeah.
So now, if something happened to 46B, we know who's at that house.
Right.
Okay,
right.
That's water under the bridge. But there are things in place. We are working with them. We have some things in place where we're holding them accountable. And see, a lot of times we don't want to hold people accountable. I won't say because we're afraid, but we don't want to stir up the pot. Sometimes you got to stir up the pot to get stuff done. So that's what the city is doing. We got some things in place where we tried to work with them. We tried to. We offered them some help. They didn't want it. Now, so there are some things I will put in place, and when I become the mayor.
Absolutely. The youth is a huge topic today.
Yes.
And it's an interesting topic because it's a different generation. How do you bridge the gap between city and making sure our youth are work programs, like you said, fishing? Back in the day, they used to talk about this guy who used to pick up kids and take them fishing, which now you've kind of picked that up. But how do you bridge that gap between and helping the youth be active in North Chicago?
All right. Going back to what I said earlier about at Community Days, the guy, he has the truck with the video games. Everybody got a phone, okay? A couple of things. Teaching young people about being entrepreneurs. Back in the day, when I was a sophomore in high school, so I got credit for class participation. So I didn't really like school, but class participation, I was good. So his name was Mr. Fay. I said, Mr. Fay, how am I going to use algebra? Because it didn't make no sense. It didn't make sense to me. So he came back the next day. He said, well, you're going to be an astronaut. You're going to be an engineer. I said, Mr. Fay, how am I going to use algebra? You know, I'm not going to be no astronaut. You know. But my point is, our school system was not preparing us for the real world. We haven't changed a lot of that philosophy in our schools today. But going back to our generation, you have to constantly change with the time. Carlos, when I started taking pictures over 40 years ago, it was film.
Yeah.
Now, when they started talking about changing, I was nervous at first. I don't know about no digital,
right? But
I had to change, and it was a great change. Back then, you had everything you take and you had to print. It's the same thing, this generation. Everything is on their phone, on their phone. So technology, you have to change to get our young people engaged. Like sometimes I have a contest at my ward meeting, who can find things the quickest with their phone. Because everybody's on their phone.
Right.
You know? So having things where, even if we had a Fortnite, that's like the hot thing right now. Fortnite competitions.
Yeah.
That would blow up.
Yeah.
You know, like what you do, having plays. I mean, what was it called? With Pastor Josh?
The Bridge.
The Bridge. That was awesome.
Yeah.
Young people were engaged. You know, I don't. You know, it happened the way it happened.
Sure.
Things like that. Everybody don't play basketball. Everybody don't play football, and we never had a challenge on getting the basketball team field, getting the football team field.
Right.
Because they're not interested anymore like that.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
so you have to change with the time, because if you don't change with the time, you're going to lose them.
Is it scary for you to do that, even because your generation approach things in a certain way? Is it scary to attack how to market to kids and get in there, and because it's a different world for sure?
It's truly different. So I started working with youth when I was 19 myself, and so I had to keep changing in order to relate to that generation. Was it Gen Z now?
Yeah, A. They went back to A, Alpha now. Gen A.
All right.
Yeah,
so you have to figure out where they are and meet them where they are. If you don't, you'll never reach them. You'll lose them. And I said this a long time ago. The gangs basically got it figured out. It's 3 things that the young people need: love, attention, and discipline. Now, you can have variations of that, but the gangs do the same thing. They give you love, attention, and discipline.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. Our families, and it starts with the family. If you don't have it, if they don't have that in the homes, they're going to get it somewhere else.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah. So again, with our community, giving these kids something to do, challenging them. You know, and when you're challenged, people don't like change. People don't like change, but if you've changed. You've done a lot of different things.
Sure.
Because you're constantly evolving. You're constantly remaking yourself.
Sure.
And it's the same thing with this generation. We have to find out their pulse. See, that's one thing about why I'm running for mayor, because I got the pulse of the people.
Yes, sir.
And the only way you can have the pulse of the people, the pulse of the young people, you have to be out among them. You know, you can't just be sitting back. Yeah. You know, you got to be amongst the people. Ask the question, what do you want to see happen? What would you like to see? And that's how what to do with these young people, because they will speak.
Yeah.
If you ask them,
Straight up.
They'll tell you what they want.
And you may not like how they say it, but they're going to say it. If you live in the building, we're going to share this video. Going back to businesses, I'll just give you an example. You mentioned the crazy place before. If I was a business owner trying to open a business in North Chicago, well, first question is it hard to do business with North Chicago? And then second, what incentives would you give businesses that want to come to North Chicago?
All right. Good question. I'm the chair of economic development. A lot of people have complained prior to me about it's hard to start a business in North Chicago. It's hard getting permits in North Chicago. Part of that came with COVID, shortage of people, okay, shortage of workers, okay? So part of what we're putting in place, now that our staff is growing, making it easier to get a permit.
Right.
It shouldn't take a month to
It's
get
hard.
a permit.
It's hard. It's definitely hard.
Okay, it shouldn't take a month to get a permit.
Yeah.
So again, making the process easier for people that want to come to North Chicago. And they say, well, look, I go to Waukegan and I get a permit in 2 weeks. North Chicago take a month or whatever the time frame is. So that would be one thing, making it easier to get a permit in North Chicago. And then giving business incentives. Like A-List Limousine, we gave them a nice incentive because they want to do business with us.
Nice.
So we gave them a nice incentive for them.
Nice.
And they were like, they wanted more. We said, oh, we'll give you less. What?
Yeah.
So they're excited about it. And again, it's just fishing. The right bait.
Yeah.
Now, what they're going to do, they're going to tell somebody else. And because it's recorded, people that were watching, well, shoot, if they got a discount to get started, I think I might want to go there and start a business as well.
Absolutely.
And me being a business, I have 2 businesses in North Chicago. I have a photography business, and I have a banquet hall.
How was that? Did you take away from all that? How was that? Owning a business.
It's going good. I like being my own boss. You have to work harder because you're working for yourself.
Definitely.
But you're the boss.
Yeah.
It's a sense of pride, and it's something you can leave to your children.
Absolutely.
I used to sell Amway back in the day. Something that I learned from Amway was this: 1% of the people who are rich are self-employed. You know?
That's good.
And here's the thing: when you work on a job, let me tell y'all, when you work on a job, they're going to pay you just enough to keep you. And the one thing I learned, again, from Amway, give a shout out to Amway, they say you could go to your work tomorrow and they can hand you a pink slip and nothing you can do.
Wow. We had a question from Miss Andrea Thompson. She says, what are some of your accomplishments as the 5th Ward Alderman?
Wow. Can we have a part 2? Because it's a long list. Well, I've constantly had a ward meeting. What the ward meetings are for is to give you information from the department heads, public works, HR. They let you know we have jobs. The mayor comes and speak. We have the comptroller, the fire department, the police department. They come and share information, and you can ask your questions to the department heads directly. And then what I do, I have block party. Again, community engagement. Having festivals, which was the question was asked earlier, I have a block party every year. Excuse me. Because, again, it's about being down to earth with the people. Again, because, see, our young people are going to be the adults of tomorrow. And one of the things that I would do also as the mayor, this is how I first got in politics. It was my sophomore year at North Chicago High School, and we had to run to see who could be the president. And I won.
Yeah.
So I had to put up signs and everything, and so that was my first time in actually being in the politics or running for a position. But again, I would definitely have not a competition, but we'll call it a competition at the school.
Yeah.
They would have to run, and you could spend the day. You could be the day as the mayor, and
nice.
Different positions in the city where they could come in, but they would have to work for it because they are the adults of tomorrow. And our young people are so disengaged on politics or disengaged on what's really happening in the city, but getting them involved because one day, Carl, I'm gonna be gone.
Yeah.
But if we don't teach our young people about politics, about running your city, about loving your city, getting involved in your city. I went to IML, and also National League of City. This one city, they had like 20 of their kids from their city. That was amazing to me because they understand getting these kids involved now because those are going to be the leaders of tomorrow.
Absolutely. A couple questions. Tamika Wilson says, the mayor is a full-time job. How are you going to run and grow your business if elected mayor?
All right, good question. I already put it in place because I believe I'm going to win. So I already have people in place to take over the business of my banquet hall and of my photography. For the photography, for the most part, it's going to be shut down. And sorry, y'all, but Kenneth Smith Photography will be shut down.
Oh, that's tough, man. You can't do that. You got to make it live, man. We got to keep it alive.
But,
man.
Because I understand being the mayor, it's a full-time job. It's not a 9 to 5 to me. It's going to be 9 to 5. Then when you need emergencies and when other things, I'll be thinking about what we can do. Because I'm still going to be involved with the community, which is just not a 9 to 5. Having events, because I'll still have the banquet hall, setting up, and I'll have funds to do that, giving back to the community, where we can have a coffee shop, where we can have mentoring program, where I can have a thing set up where I can teach young people how to be photographers. Because it's important. It's not enough just to say having a business, but you have to be taught. I'm self-taught. I taught myself. But being a mentor. Because, the best way to keep what I have, because, one day I'm going to die. But if I take what I have and what I know to the grave, it dies with me.
Sure.
But if I teach other people, and I have other photographers that I've taught, but as I teach other people, part of me will continue to live on after I die. And a shout out to my photographer that got me started, Dave Curtis at North Chicago High School.
Absolutely. Shout out to Mr. Curtis holding it down. We got a couple different questions. Thomas Coleman is in the building, but Shamar May says, you selling me, Kenny. I like how you talking. Thomas Coleman says, what is your plan for homeowners and taxpayers?
Well, again, for homeowners, what I basically was saying was that we're building up 3 and 4 bedrooms. That's going to be better for our community. But as far as the taxes go, North Chicago has not raised taxes in over 3 years. People are complaining about the taxes, but your taxes are going up because of the county assessors. But what I plan to do is have a class, and you can always challenge the county assessor. And I have challenged them 2 different times and beat them, and my taxes were lower because I challenged them. So I will have classes to show our homeowners / our seniors, because I know it's hard, you know, living on just their Social Security, but showing them how they could go and challenge the tax assessor, and you could have your tax lowered.
That's good information. It's a big comment. Mr. Norman Cole, I believe this is a letter, I think, that he's put in here. The city can no longer accept a permit from you for these 2 properties. North Chicago City Code 146-1 states that the city shall not take any action on any request for a permit if the person seeking the permit is in breach of any agreement with the city. You are in breach of the executed sale contracts and special warranty deeds for both properties sold to you by the city, and all deadlines contained in those agreements have lapsed. The city will be filing a complaint for quiet title to those properties, and you will have the opportunity to respond pursuant to the applicable court proceeding. I don't know if you have a question behind that, Mr. Cole, let me know. And then Andrea Thompson says, what are you going to do for the elderly seniors? We vote, she says.
Right. Again, we'll definitely take. She's one who went fishing with us on our fishing trip.
Nice.
Actually, she won the fishing. She won a fishing rod.
Okay.
But definitely taking that to the next level, because mostly what they do for our seniors, they go to the casinos.
Okay.
They need more things to do.
Definitely.
You know, having art classes, fishing, bingo, which is still, you know, fun thing to do. But there is a lot of programming that we can do. Definitely I will provide Rural Reflection as a place, a safe place where we can have our seniors go and have a good time. Going on a picnic, going to the zoo. I mean, there's just so much that can be done. But again, if it's and again, I'm a part of the senior club, and I look forward to share. I know I don't look that old, but being a part of the senior club and giving some more information on what we can do as for our seniors, because our seniors are the pillars of our community, but also having a balance, we got to get our young people involved as well. But there's a lot of things I plan to do with our seniors as well.
Absolutely. Harley Tennyson says, 100% agree about being down to earth. It's understanding and empathetic with the people and not being an elite. Thomas Coleman says, what would you do to help with the transition of the school board back to the community?
Well, I would just say it like this. I'm excited about the next level for our school board. Definitely being involved with it. I think the candidates, I think we have a good lineup. Mm-hmm. I think the people who are you being included, or one is on the lineup, have the heart of the students in North Chicago and North Chicago High School at their best interest. So I think with those people, with you all in place, and then as we get the next people that are going to be on the board, I think it's going to move the school forward, because I think you all have the heart of the school.
Absolutely. I got a question for you.
Sure.
How do you keep your, and this may not even be a question that applies to you, but some people think it would apply to anybody who has power. How do you keep your ego, your pride, how do you keep those things in check when you have power so you don't abuse it? How do you do that?
Okay, it goes back to my spiritual belief. The Bible says that pride comes before the fall. So when you're lifted up in pride, you're setting yourself up for a fall. And here's the thing, when I understand it's not about me, it's about the team. Like I said earlier, there's no I in team. And as I work together, so for example, all the things that have been accomplished in the city of North Chicago, it wasn't the mayor, it was the team. It was the mayor and the city council. That's how things move forward, because we all are working together for a common goal, and that's bettering the city. And I've just always been down to earth, you know. And here's another thing. I have my own flavor, and I'll say it like that, but I'm very down to earth. I can be suited and booted, and I can have some gym shoes on, and I was in there, you know, fishing with people. Yeah. Because pride is not an issue for me, because I love people. I'm a people person. And when you love people, you can shout out to, may he rest in peace, Mookie. Okay, I would tell you, hey, come on, Mookie, let me give you something to eat.
Yeah.
Okay, because I care about everybody. You know, some people, they shun him or whatever, you know, or. Yeah, but again, because I'm that type of person where I don't get lifted up in pride, and even as the mayor, I would still be the same person. You know, I've been a pastor, I've been to Africa, I've been all over, but I'm still the same person.
Absolutely.
Because what's in you
Yeah.
is gonna come out.
Absolutely. Absolutely. What was the hardest part about being an alderman that you never thought would be a problem for you? Or was it all just easy?
I would have to say it would be trying to get people to see the vision or trying to get other aldermen to see what I'm trying to do, because I've always tried to bring all of us together. And just sometimes, you know, because I think outside of the box. You know, when I did the first ward meeting and I wanted to have a block party, nobody was doing that.
Yeah.
So it became an issue. But then, so I had to, you know, most of it I had to do my own money. But because when you believe in something, you'll put your own money into what you believe. If you don't put your own money or your own heart and soul in it, then why should anybody else?
Sure.
But now it's a great success, you know. So all we're going to do with that, even on the next level, is take that to the next level as well, you know. So
Absolutely. No, Corey says no I in team, but there isn't me. Mr. Haas says,
all right, Kobe Bryant.
Kobe Bryant. Kobe. Definitely Kobe quote. Mr. Haas says, my thing is, how do we know what we'll be voting for if everything you have planned is a secret?
Well, keeping it 100, because some things that I've already said have been said again as if it's their idea. I have a flyer that's going out. On my flyer, I talked about infrastructure, doing programs for our youth. So I have bullet points. But so with my bullet points, that's giving you enough information that I am focused in how I'm going to make things happen for our city.
Gotcha. Tracy Johnson says, would you have a monthly weekend event down by the lake, community rummage sales with vendors and music/farmers market? Sound like Tracy looking to be on the team, man. You promoting, baby.
Tracy is on the team.
Yeah.
So again, working with Foss Park. I'm excited about the beach.
Yeah,
I've
beach
been
is
down-
cool. Beach is cool.
And that's just phase one.
Yeah, they can get some more. Yeah.
But from what I've talked with the park district, they're looking at having a boat launch and fixing up the road, and it's going to be nice. Shout out to the Foss Park board. But we're on the move. We're going to be the place that people are going to be talking about. We just got an award for our beach. We just got an award for building the businesses in North Chicago. We are going to be the Sheridan Crossing. Oh man,
I'm excited about the land thing. That's big.
Yes.
That's big.
Yes.
Couple other questions for you. What would you do to create What would you do to create more city jobs for the community? I believe that's what Coach meant on that one.
All right. Again, beautifying our city. People are going to want to come to North Chicago. When they bring their businesses, they're going to need workers. There you go.
Absolutely. Corey also says, what are your thoughts on the mayor saying they will not help with ICE? Tough question.
The mayor will be on next week. You can ask him.
There you go. That's true. He'll be on next week. I think it's all the questions. If you guys got any more questions, you can definitely hit us up in the inbox, and we'll forward it over to Alderman Smith. But anything else you got to tell the people directly, just straight to them?
Yes.
If they're on the fence, they don't know what you got.
Here's what I want to say. Thank you all, first of all, for tuning in. Early voting at the City Hall of North Chicago starts on Monday the 10th through the 24th. You can complain about what you don't like, or you can cast your vote for the change. I am the guy for the change. I have the pulse of the people. I care about North Chicago. I grew up in North Chicago. I have plans for North Chicago. I love North Chicago. I work well with the aldermen that we have currently, and There may be some changes, I don't know, but it's all about working together. I said it earlier today, together each accomplishes much. I'm excited, I have vision, and where there is no vision, the people perish. I will make the vision plain.
Absolutely. Said right there. We got a lot of comments, but make sure y'all hit him up directly. I'm sure he get those answers for y'all. But again, we always open the seat up for everybody to come on. Of course, we had to get a North Chicago guy in the building, of course. Class of
78.
Class of 78. Shout out to the class of 78. But it's 2008. That's the class right there, y'all. But shout out to Alderman Kenneth Smith for coming through. We appreciate you sliding through and giving the people information. Again, if they have any questions for you, make sure they reach out. You got a website or you got?
I have a website, www.kennethsmith.vote. I have a web page. You can go to my you can go to my Facebook page as well. I have a personal page. I have a Kenneth Smith for Mayor page. And I have a personal phone number. No problem. Shout out to that. 847-845-5549 or 224-7595. All right.
Absolutely. It's Lake County Unfiltered. I want to give a shout out again to Alderman Kenneth Smith. It's the BoyLosCrazy. Lake County Unfiltered. We'll see y'all next week. We back in the building. Y'all be smooth.
It's a crazy ride show, man. You know that we bustin', yeah. It's a crazy ride show. Hold up, you know that we bustin', yeah. It's a crazy ride show. Hold up, you know that we bustin', yeah. Yeah, you know that.